skate out my door, I'm thinking everything was alright. Hey, I caught myself waiting up on the southbound side. I hope I don't have to wait on the next southbound side that needs to come on time. Spoke to a special, but she didn't speak English. It's 4 p.m. and your hair looks lame on the skylight. Hey, I caught myself waiting up on the southbound side. I hope I don't have to wait on the next southbound side that needs to come on time. Yeah, southbound side. It needs to come on time. Southbound side. It needs to come on time. I get on the train and everything was alright. Walk out my door, I'm thinking everything was alright. Next thing you know, on the Saturday, everything was alright. Hey, I caught myself waiting up on the southbound side. I hope I don't have to wait on the next southbound train that needs to come on time. Yeah, southbound side. It needs to come on time. Southbound side. It needs to come on time. Yeah, 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 yeah. It needs to come on time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It needs to come on time.
I am your host, John Everyman. I'm here with you guys. These quarantine chronicles have been fun, man. They really have. They're growing onto me now. I think like the first few were awkward. This is now just not as awkward. It just feels like it's becoming a norm, which is sad a little bit, but I'm having fun. I feel like we're still all connected. We're checking this out. We're talking to guest people. I can't complain, man. Gotta be honest. I'm grateful to still do it. I feel like I'm doing a service. And it also checks that Walter hasn't caught corona and I haven't caught corona. It's a testament, man. For a bunch of unhealthy looking guys, we've been healthy so far, man. Amen to that. No, you're not. Stop lying. Man, I'm excited about today's show. I really am. Today's show is gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun. I feel that the last episodes were okay. These next ones here are gonna be fun. We have Our next guest coming up, bunch of guests, man. These people are amazing talents to me personally. Um, if you don't like this show today and you don't like the stuff you see, then you are not a true fan of music. That's all I'm gonna say, or of artistry. These people that I have are special. They are gifted, man. They've got passion. They got passion like nobody else. That's why I brought this guest tonight. All my guests tonight. That's what I love about them. They next level shit. Guys, we're doing some next level stuff today. We're going to strap ourselves in and we're going to go for a ride because I got a bunch of guests today that are going to take you for a ride, man. Y'all ready for that?
Next topic.
All right.
John,
Ladies and gentlemen, my friend, McDonald Wolf. What's up, homie? How are you? You
I've been
good?
all right lately, been all right, trying to stay away from that coronavirus going on, man. It's like a tragic out there.
Hold on a second. You know what? Before we talk here, man, let me see if I could get your camera because I hate these little black sides I'm getting. Can you turn your phone sideways?
Yeah.
Let me see if that changes things and helps a little bit. Nah, it doesn't do much. I think it's probably just this crappy ass screen we're working with. You can flip yourself back up. You're good. Flip yourself the other
Oh,
way.
you just
There you go. You can just you can put yourself straight back up. You can put the phone back. You're still sideways. There you go. All right, man. So McDonald, man. Is it McDonald Wolf or is it MCD? How do you like to be referred to, man?
McDonald Wolf, man. Everybody calls me McDonald Wolf. A lot of people call me MCD. I just get my music name out, McDonald Wolf. Because it's music to it. I'm a former band to it.
Okay.
Get the band going.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So talk to me, man.
To tell you how
What were you saying?
Yeah. I'd like to tell you how I started the Southbound song and how it first started.
Oh, you want to talk about, man? You know what? We played that here at the beginning of the show, man. Before you talk about it, man, I got to tell you, I love your music. I've seen you perform for many years, and every time I see you, man, you just got this great energy about you on stage. You're constantly confident with what you're doing, and I admire it, man. You're like one of those artists that I love to hear their music because it's just. I have a great admiration for what you're doing, brother. But yeah, talk to me about Southside. What's going on with that? Did I sing it right? I thought I was singing it right. Southside.
Southbound Side. That's the name of the title.
Southbound Side.
Southbound Side.
Talk to me about that song. First off, how did you get the name Southbound Side? Were you on the expressway going somewhere?
No, I was on the train on the north side area, man. Like I tell you about north side of my area, man, it's kind of, whack sometimes. You got to wait on the Metro Rail train just to go to downtown, just to go skateboard. So one day I'm waiting at the bus stop, man, and I get on the train. I skipped the L bus, went on the train, but the train didn't come yet, so I'm waiting 23 minutes. I'm like, man, there's a nice Spanish girl there. And I had my poetry book with me. So I wrote it down on Southbound Side, 23 minutes. And then it turns out it came at 6 minutes. Then it was a Saturday. I wrote that in my poetry book. I was like, man, this day is getting lame. Then the car gets lame. The area smells like side, how it smells and everything, and the weather.
What did it smell like? Did it smell like piss? You could be honest, man. Listen, you could say bad words on here. Don't worry about it. This is the bad word show, man. You could curse on here. You want watch me. Watch. Fuck off, Walter. Fuck off. Walter. Fuck off. See, that's how it works.
Yeah. Yeah, man, the fucking thing about it, mate, I had to write the song about it. So I was sitting there fucking waiting 23 minutes, man, for the southbound train to get me on to downtown Miami to the skate park downtown. And I had my poetry book and I wrote it down, my poetry. I said, this gotta be a song. This gotta be a hit somehow. And I wrote it down. And then as soon as the train came, I'm like, damn, bro, it finally comes the last minute. in the last minute waiting for it to come, just to get me where I need to go. It needs to come on time. So I wrote that in my poetry. So I
Are
mixed a little
trains usually
lyrics
on
to it.
time here in Miami? I always feel that trains are always late. They're never on time. Are they on
Yeah,
time?
Well, my area, the Metro Rail, hell no, man. The Metro Rail, you gotta wait like 23 minutes, 30 minutes. On a weekday, man, you gotta wait like 6 hours. Depends what job you're coming from. Depends what time you're coming off. How many times, you know, on a weekday. But when it's a weekday, like rush hour time, man, something else, man. You know,
Let me ask you a question
but
here.
that's why I wrote.
You're talking about train riding, but riding a train almost sounds like you're talking about something that no one does anymore right now, especially with the whole coronavirus. Are you still riding the train and
Ah,
stuff
man.
like that?
Nah, man, I stay home now. If I take my motorbike and go somewhere, that's what I do. I got an ATV motorbike. So what I do is take my ATV motorbike, crank that shit up, and just go on in the hood areas with it, pick my girlfriend up, take her to my house, and we chill and vibe for a little bit, then drive her back home.
So wait a
Most of
minute.
the
Hang
time.
on a second. Hang on here. Hold on, McDonald Wolf. Damn it. So you're telling me right now,
Yeah,
in the midst of all this Corona stuff, you're getting up, you're you're jumping in your four wheeler, your ATV,
yeah,
you're riding through neighborhoods, picking up your lady there, taking her back to your house,
yep,
and you're chilling, which sounds like you're banging over there. You,
yep.
you getting some action over there?
Yeah, man, just sometimes when she wants to give me some pussy, I'll be like, yeah, all right, hold on, let me go get my condom before anything else happens. I have to be protective, you know what I'm saying? That's what I need to do. Before I get some pussy, I gotta get that condom
I,
before I start,
I hear you,
you
bro.
know what I'm saying?
I hear you, man.
I gotta have protection, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I do. I learned
Um.
that from my pops too. It's like
Oh, okay.
use that
You
condom
that you.
before you fuck a bitch, you know? You know what I'm
Those are
saying?
wise words from your father. Put a condom on before you pop a bitch, son.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta. You know what? One of
Yeah,
the
man.
things I like when I talk to you, man, is you have a unique accent to you. Um, I never, in the times that we talk, I just love hearing you talk. Like you'll say, "Hey, what's going on, mate?" And you'll say all this cool stuff. But where are you from originally?
Well, to be honest with you, originally from here, but I traveled to England with my grandmother, and then my grandma chose a place to stay in England, and then came back down here. And it was like, see, I gave her a hard time when she was in England, right? When she took me over to England. My dad was dead by then, so my dad left $5,000 for me and my grandmother, and we went to England. Then afterwards, when I threw the rock at the Bobby's car, my grandma said, "You know what? Bloody shit, you're bloody hard-headed kid, you know." And I said, "Yeah, I really didn't care less, man, because I wasn't scared of Bobby's. The only person who was scared of the police Bobby's, man, is the what's that cat there, Jimi Hendrix, man, because he said some slick shit to the Bobbies, man, and that's why he got kicked out of England and went back to Miami and everything else. For me, I really didn't give a shit, man. I just went over to England, man. Saw this is a good vibe. And when I went over there, walked around Obi Town, man, came back down to my grandmother. My grandma said, "You know what? Let's get back to Miami because you're gonna give me a hard time here."
Let me ask you a
Oh
question,
shit.
man. How long were you out there in England?
Huh?
How long were you in England?
Oh, for like 3 years.
For 3 years.
You know, 3 years.
You have
Yeah.
man, you got like a for real English accent, man. Like I can hear it in you when you talk. You definitely have that
Yeah.
English accent going on, man. Like you definitely look like you can say tea and crumpets. Does anyone
Yeah,
ever say
man.
that to you? Does
You know,
anyone
when
ever notice your accent?
Yeah, my girlfriend even tells me that, man. It's like your accent is kind of like, from England type. It's, yeah, went to England and came back, you know,
Hey, I like, man.
and
Another thing I like, man,
so
watching you perform, man. You always wear some cool outfits, man. You always got like some real interesting outfits, man. It's like sometimes you got like a top hat, or you'll have like a vest on,
yeah,
or you come up with these digs. Like, what's your inspiration behind that, man? Like with the whole outfits.
man. To be honest with you, man, that that I be wearing, man, just when I get on stage, when I'm on the streets, like walking to the store and coming back home, I wear my leather jacket, like the one with no sleeve on it. I wear that one, the black one, right? I wear that, and then afterwards, get back home, right? Wear it the next day. But when I'm on the streets, man, it's a different story. Like I just wear the no sleeve jacket on, where this says McDonald Wolf in the back of it. When I'm on stage, I got new clothes. Just the other day, man, I just made my other cancho belt that the Indians wear. I bought that up and I just rebuilt my own music belt.
Oh,
Got
you
that
build your
going.
you're building your own stuff now.
Yeah, man, I just made me a music belt and I put a belt buckle on that shit, man. I put MCD on there. But I also put McDonald Wolf. I didn't have no other material to put, so I just put MCD on there on the belt.
Um, who are some of your musical inspirations, man? I heard you say Jimi Hendrix, but is that one of them? Who
Yeah,
who who, who inspires you?
Jimi Hendrix, Gary Clark Jr., Chuck Berry, who else? Muddy Waters before he passed. Um, there's another one there. Little Richard, right?
Little Richard.
And fuck everybody. Everybody should know who Little Richard is.
I do know who Little
Let's
Richard
see.
is, man. Good golly, Miss Molly.
Yeah, there's another one. Tina Turner, all of them inspire me. Even the new ones today, man, new guitar musicians. I learned about them,
Okay,
and
all right.
Smoke Robinson. So that's what inspired me on their music: R&B, pop rock music, R&B metal, which I'm creating. Getting together with that because I like to do something different, which is R&B metal. And make that, you know, powerful. Pop rock. Come out with my own pop rock music.
Coming up
You
with your
know,
own pop rock music. Okay.
uh,
What's your? I see you play a lot of instruments, man. I've seen you play all different types of guitars. I just saw you recently
yeah.
play behind the drums. Now, I mean, what instrument do you specialize in, and which is your favorite?
The guitar really, because you could play the solo on the guitar, but the drums I just get onto it because I want to kick that beat into the sound of that solo of that song. Because every song I put, it might not have a repeat or a fade in it like the Beatles have. But to be honest with you, the Beatles had a repeat and a fade on the song called Get Back to Where You Was Belong.
Right.
So I decided that something like that. Let me give it an expiration and do something like that because I play 12 instruments. And I decided to do that. I also play the bongo drums, and everybody's like, "You play bongo drums, man? Why don't play the bongo reef or the rhythm one, like one instrument at a time?" The violin I'm not too good at, but I usually use the violin for the guitar, just like Van Halen and them types guitar musicians,
Man, how
soloists.
many instruments you trying to play
So
all together? You trying to learn them all?
yeah, but I learned only from the bass guitar. I think you see me play the bass guitar a couple times at Churchill's, the one with the little colorful thing on it. Yeah, that bass guitar there. Then I played the brown guitar, right? You know, and that's the time you see me when I was playing my guitar. I was on top of the stage, going down my solo. Like Jimi Hendrix, I had a red cape on and everything. So I just learned all that type of stuff.
Hold on. I'm
around.
I'm I'm losing I'm losing you a little bit. Walter, turn that up a little bit. I'm like I couldn't hear that last part you was kind of coming in with right now.
I was saying, I
Yeah,
was
I
coming
think
up while on music, you know, because a lot of people say you got to keep up with your music style, keep up with the music theory and the music pride. And all the people admire me about my music videos. But on top of it, though, they don't seem to understand that I'm coming out with my own shit, my own stuff, my own style. I'm not copying anybody else like any other band members and shit. Cause I had one person shit ask me, "Damn, you look like one of them hippie stars, man." I'm like, I just make my own shit, man. I do my own music, and hey, I keep it as that. I don't
all
bullshit. I
natural,
don't
baby.
lie. But
All
this is who I,
natural.
you know, and that's who I am, McDonald Wolf. And I would name my band that too, because I got a drummer who's in the video, Alberto. Right, he came to Churchill's. I talked to him that night. Said, "Hey man, I pick you as a drummer, man. I need you as a drummer." So he said, "All right." And Alberto was in the background when I was playing that song, Southbound Side, and the other one, Overtown Wizard. You know, and everybody liked it, that song, Southbound Side. Then I played Northbound Side. Now, let me tell you about Northbound Side. That one I played at Las Rosas open mic, man. That was a crazy thing because it wasn't a very long clip, and that shit got me angry, man. Like, damn, it's supposed to be a long ass clip like Southbound Side song. And then when I looked at it on the video, on my camera, on my video, on my YouTube, I was like, shit, man, this song is really supposed to be on the B side, like Southbound Side is, but the name of the title I was playing was called Northbound Side. But let me tell you, Northbound Side is when it's about me going on the Metro Rail and getting on and catching the northbound side going to Hialeah. That's where all the people be at. I never been to Hialeah before, so one night say I'm on the northbound side, thinking, you know, this would be a good vibe. Okay, let me go over to Hialeah, check everything's out, see what's the vibe there, just cruise around. And then I written in my poetry on that one that I caught the train and I caught myself ending up on the northbound side. I hope that northbound side will come on time, you know. But that last second verse, they didn't have that video on there. They just had me singing northbound side, and that was it, you know. And I lent somebody my phone to hold the clip for me so that, cause I had nobody else to film it for me. So I said, can I trust this person here in the audience to film it, right? And Las Rosas open mic. And I was like, man, I don't know. I said, shit, I might as well just put it on YouTube and let people see the shit, man, see what happened. And then I put another video out at my house, man. And at my house too, when I was on the drums, I put, it's a short song though. It's called Mooka versus the Overtown Wizard. That's about my sister Mooka. And it's only instrumental though, but I'm gonna make it a music track though with lyrics in it. So I'm working on that one too. The song is not very long though, like the other one is. The other one is very long, Overtown Wizard. But this one is called Mooka versus the Overtown Wizard.
I seen it.
And it goes on
It sounds
drums,
like you're busy,
you know.
man. It sounds like you're busy, and I'm glad
Yeah,
you're doing that because you gotta make you gotta use the wise time
yeah.
that you have right now during this pandemic, and it sounds like you're taking advantage of it. My friend, we I gotten the signal here a couple times already from my producer. I gotta keep it moving. Really quick, man. Where can people check out you? Where can people check out these videos? Tell them real fast where they can find you, brother.
On YouTube. Find me on YouTube. Song Southbound Side / Overtown Wizard, Northbound Side, Cotton Fields Back Home, which is by Ledbetter, and my other song I recorded in Bay 8 Studio called Gone to the Limit, and the other one called Mooka versus the Overtown Wizard on drums. And you see me there.
My man.
And the intro of the drum, I build it.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much, McDonald Wolf. You're the man.
You
We'll
too,
hopefully see
man.
you in the
Take care.
studio soon in the coming months, or maybe next season. We'll get you in the studio, man, and we could talk a little more about your situations and how you really got into the world of being McDonald Wolf. Till the next time, though. We'll
Yeah,
see you on
man.
the next one, man.
Take care.
All right.
Take care, man.
All right, people. That there is our good friend McDonald Wolf.
Next topic.
Hey, all right, ladies and
Yo,
gentlemen, we've got
are we on
the
the air?
we definitely are, man. We got the artist known as
Are
Avery
we
Crane.
are we on the air?
Yeah, well, we're online. I don't know if it's in
Woo!
the air.
What's up? What's up?
How are you, man?
Yo, how you feeling?
You look good, man. You look like you're going out somewhere.
How you feeling?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
Oh man, ever since quarantine, bro, you gotta dress nice now, because you can't go outside now. You feel me? So you gotta. It's like inside you got the clubs. You know how like they have these Zooms? They have the Zoom clubs where you have to set up and you start dancing and everyone's connected and you just start playing music worldwide. This is what they're doing right now.
Wait.
So yeah, bro, feeling good,
Stop.
man. I like this. You can hear me, right?
I can hear you fine. Hang on a second. You just took me somewhere that I wasn't aware of. I've been dressing really bad. I think they're not inviting me to
Yo,
these
yes,
clubs.
man.
Like, what are you talking about now? A Zoom club?
Bro, you know the app Zoom, right? You know Zoom,
Right.
right?
I'm aware of Zoom.
Zoom is an app where you have video conferences.
Yeah. But there's
Right. So
clubs
what
in
they
there
have
now.
is
People
like
throwing
a
parties.
massive Zoom party. Yo, dude, they're having because they have to. People can't go into clubs now, so they have literal, clubs setting up parties on Zooms where massive amounts of people can connect, and you're in your living room, you're in your kitchen dancing, drinking. You know what I'm saying? And it's worldwide, and it's crazy.
Okay.
This is what this world has come to, bro.
How many Zoom clubs have you been to?
Have I been to one? No, bro. I can't do that. Bro, listen. I got so many other things to take care of right now, yo. You know what we're in the middle. I can't be in my living room dancing and shit. You know what I'm saying? But people are fucking doing it. Maybe one of these, I don't know, maybe one of these holidays, if you find yourself stuck inside, the shit is still happening. Maybe it will happen. Like what's a holiday? 4th of July coming up. 4th of July comes up and we're all still inside. Yo, might as well.
What about
Yo, set
Mother's
that up.
Day? Can we go to the club? Can we go to the Zoom club on Mother's
You
Day?
say y'all throw a Zoom party for Mother's Day?
Okay, Father's Day. Like let's all the dads go to the Zoom
Yo,
club
hey,
and we party.
now we're talking. Yo, this is the next best thing, bro, because it's the best thing, really. You know what I mean? Until shit starts clearing up these days, this is how people are connected. There's like this idea where we have to keep something normal. You know what I mean? For us to continue with our lives, and it's something comforting about the fact that you could go to a club on a fucking weekend, get fucked up and meet somebody and have the best time of your life.
With
So
what's going
that's still
on.
that shit. I don't know. It's nature, bro.
Let me ask, with what's going on, what do you miss so far the most?
Dude, work, bro. Dude, I used to do customer service. I did escape rooms, right? My
Escape
entire
rooms.
business was based on team buildings, bringing people together. Escape rooms, bro. I don't know if you ever heard of one or if you ever
Yes.
played one, but basically that's what I did. And that's based on bringing people together, you know? And after a while, this whole fucking COVID shit is a direct, like, boom, wait, social distancing, you can't be with more than, 10 people together. My whole shit was based on putting 50 people together and playing escape rooms, right? So that's what I miss, bro. It gets to a point where, quarantine, bro. You're inside. Yes, you're inside with family. You're inside with yourself. You're connected with everyone because of the internet. But if you're in customer service, bro, you're not gonna meet people like that. You know.
Hey, but
So
isn't
that's
that
a big
ironic
thing that
though?
I think I miss, man.
Isn't that ironic? You
Mm.
worked in a job that you trapped people in a room for a certain amount of time, and now you're in your own job.
Yo, I made this. Yes, yes, yes. You have perceived the paradox, which is called my life, and I'm happy that we have come here.
We have arrived.
Yo, dude, I talk about this shit all the time, bro. I work at an escape room. Yeah, bro, we are here, bro. You see it. You know, I work at an escape room, and now it flipped. You know, now everyone is feeling the same thing that I'm feeling, literally trying to escape a room, right? So it's pretty trippy looking at it like that, you know.
It is, man. What did you
Yo,
do?
I don't know.
What
Your
did you
audio's going
do
out.
in the escape room? Were you the host? Were you the one that told people, "Hey, you've got
Yeah.
25 minutes to get out of here"?
Mhm.
So you set it all up.
Yes, sir.
Did you?
I was that guy, man.
Did
Yeah,
you?
yeah. We'll set up different rooms. You had an hour to play. Yeah.
And did you create the rules? Like, can you like hook people up and be like, "Yo, this is the answer in an escape room"? Like, what's up with that?
I mean, yo, what's the point in that, man? Because, like, yo, if you go to a movie, right, that you've never seen before, right, are you gonna ask the guy like, yo, what happens next? You know, no, no, it doesn't make sense. You know, it's like nobody
Maybe.
wants that. Even if they ask, they'll be like, yo, do you really wanna? You know what I mean? But yo, what I was in charge of was basically, hosting these events. I would host it. I would be the guy on the microphone giving them hints. I would bring in teams from different companies, and they'll play. They'll have this escape room, and it's crazy because you learn a lot about people. You see a lot of interesting things about people because yo, dude, I'm sitting there watching a reality TV show, bro. I'm literally in a fucking reality show. You know, I'm playing fucking Big Brother type shit. You know what I mean? Oh, hold a second. And what's very interesting about humans as us, you and I, it's something intriguing about knowing someone else's perspective, right? It's like, yo, how do we interact with each other? You know what I mean? Who's the weakest link? Who's running shit? Who's actually solving shit? You know? And it's interesting from a different perspective, another point of view. It could be told to you, like, oh, this is the person that da da da. This person did excellent. You kind of like fucked everyone up. So it's really interesting, bro, and that's what brought me into that business.
Um,
You know,
Let me ask, man. I want to talk about you for a second now here. We've met a couple times in the art
all right, bet.
scene, in the artist scene,
Yes,
in these stages
yeah,
performing. You do poetry, right?
yes, I do.
Okay,
Yo, give me a second, man.
sure.
But
I feel like we're on a
you are
delay. Like
absolutely right.
when we talk, it's
Last
like a little bit
time,
of a delayed talk. It's like being in a Zoom club. Everything is delayed. The conversations are
mm.
straight behind.
Yo, you know what a Zoom club feels like too? It feels like those silent headphone parties. You
Oh
know what I'm
man, I
talking
saw
about?
one of
Where
those
everyone
in
has their headphones
Dallas.
on and they're just all like
Yeah,
jamming at the same shit.
I'm telling you, I saw one in Dallas. It was one of the funniest things I ever got to see in my life. I was glad I got to witness it.
Bro, have you ever done one before?
No, but I stood in one as they
Yo,
did
have
it.
you
I'm
ever done
telling
one
you,
before?
I'm in Dallas and I'm watching these people, and I'm nothing but like 5 feet away. And as ridiculous as they looked, I felt like I did it. I was like, this is enough. If I stood 5 feet next to you while you were doing it, I did it too.
Yo, yo, that's so weird because you don't hear any of the music. So you just see people just like dancing to nothing, basically. You don't know.
No, and
You
they're
have no
having a good
idea
time. Well,
whatsoever with.
well,
Yo, that's weird.
well, no. If you saw the
Oh
one
man,
that I
dude.
saw,
Yeah.
I knew some of the music they played because, like idiots, people were singing to different songs. So you had like three people for every group singing three different songs at the same time. It was great. It was completely uh something to
Yeah.
watch. Did I lose you? Oh, okay. We just lost your video connection. That's fine. Oh, there you go.
Mm.
You're back. Man. So yeah, let me go back really quick here because I don't want to lose
Wow,
time here talking with you.
bro, that's mind-boggling.
But let me ask.
Can you see me?
Yeah, yeah, we can see.
Okay, for
Um,
sure. You can see me.
yeah, you're good. Um, your poetry, man. Like,
All right, bet.
yeah, well, your poetry. Talk to me about that, man. Like what? How long you been doing poetry? I guess.
Dude, bro,
That delay is serious. Yeah, I think he's got a rough one. He was hanging in there. Yeah, let's see if let's see because it sounds like he's trying. I have a horrible co-host. She's been sleeping the entire time. We haven't gotten a female opinion for nothing. Let's see. We're gonna try one more time, but now we gotta keep it going, man. We're gonna keep it going. I'm telling you, my hair looks great. I'm having an excellent hair day. You guys think so too? I thought you guys did. Shaved, trimmed my unibrow. I got that so they won't see the bags under my eyes of the crow's feet. Oh my god. Did we lose Avery? And we lost Avery. Avery, man, he's a great guy. Guys, you guys check him out on Instagram, man. I know he's a poet. Oh wait, okay. Avery. Okay, that was just a prank. We're gonna give him a little bit of a chance here, so that way we can help him close out his final minutes. If not, we're not gonna do a double. It's gonna take us just a whole nother time of doing an interview just to get him back on to finish one interview. Like that ain't happening. Avery, if you can see this, my friend, I don't know how your situation is. We'll get you on the next one, guys. Check out my homie Avery Crane on Instagram, on Facebook. He's a dope little poet, man. Oh wait, are we in an escape room? I feel like I'm in my own escape room right now. There you go.
oh,
There you go. If you stand,
there we go.
yeah, just stand still and let the and don't move
Back
around too much,
dive.
and you
Can
won't
you hear
lose your
me?
Wi-Fi. Yeah,
It says that's connecting video.
that's fine. You're good. You're still
Okay,
you're
cool.
there. You're there.
Okay, there we go. For sure.
Listen, man. Before we lose
All
you,
right.
really quick, because we lost a lot of time trying to get you
Go.
back.
What happened?
We lost a lot of time trying to get you back. So just to not kind of hold it up and probably not drop you again. Where
All
can
right,
people
bet.
where can people follow your work, man? Where can people check out your poetry?
Yeah. What happened?
Where
What'd you
can
say?
where can people check out your poetry or follow your work?
Yeah, man. They could check me out on Instagram. They could check Avery Crane official. I just dropped this book right here. Who ordered chaos when the heart met fear? So, basically the idea is if the heart was alive and fear was alive and they met and had a conversation for the first time, what would they talk about?
You know what?
So,
I saw that you had that book out, because I follow you and I saw you were pushing it. And man, I really wanted to talk to you about that. I knew it was going to be something interesting. And man, it just it kills me to know that we're kind of doing these short interviews a bit. But what I'm gonna do is, man, have you come into the studio and we could talk about this live in person once this is all lifted. But I know that for sure people need to check it out, man, because I know that was the one thing I was hoping to talk to you about, man. It's just your personality
Yeah.
is so different, and I've seen you in action, man. You're not an everyday cookie, so I really wanted to show people what it was about, but we got lost in Club Zoom and the fact that you work in escape rooms
Oh
because
yes.
that there
Yes, this
is
world.
worthy of a deep conversation too. Avery, we got to
Oh
get
yes.
you on the show. We got to get you on the show in studio soon. But really quick,
Yes,
where can
sir.
people get the book? Where can people follow you in the meantime?
Well, people can follow me on Instagram, Facebook. Even I've been back on Facebook, yo. Instagram is fun as hell. But you can find me Avery Crane official on Instagram and on Facebook, Avery Crane. I ship out the books. You can get one $15 each. It's like a pocket, like a pocket dictionary, pocket Avery. So yes, man, this has been a journey. And what's beautiful about this quarantine is that you have so much time and space to write more. You know what I mean? So I feel like a lot of people are on that vibe that like this, a lot of creativity is gonna come from everybody. It's like, yo, once quarantine is up, yo, what the fuck were you working on? You know what I mean? Like, yo, shoot, I created this entire crazy ass project because I couldn't go outside. Like, yo, let me hear that. And I feel like it's gonna spark something big, this next generation. You know what I mean?
Hey,
It's crazy that we're witnessing it, bro, and it's crazy that you invited me on, and I'm happy to be here, bro.
no,
I want to be back
I mean, yes,
soon.
no, we got to bring you back in the studio, man, because like I said, you're someone that a short interview like this or a short conversation like this isn't enough time, man. We got to go deeper with you, man. I think you have a lot more to talk about, or at least
Bruh.
I know that we could talk about a lot more with you. Thank you for your time, homie. Hopefully
Yes,
those
sir.
escape rooms will be back in your
Absolutely,
possession
yo.
before you know
Absolutely.
it. In the meantime, if you want, I would recommend if people that you know in your house, maybe you could trap them in a room and maybe help them escape it to help you kind of get by. Um, yeah, is but by the way, really quick, is it fun? I lost my man. We lost Avery. I should have not made it funny. Oh man, we lost Avery there. Side note, if any of you guys want to play escape room at home, which I was gonna ask Avery if that's wise, I say for now, just go with it. Just trap yourselves inside a room and try to help them escape with little clues and shit, which I believe at the end of the day somebody will be appreciative of it. They'll appreciate being inside a house. Get them out of one room, and then they'll be happy that they're in the living room, and now they're not complaining about quarantine no more because they were trapped in the room. I don't know. Uh, next time, Walter, escape us out of this situation.
Next topic.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got the funny, the entrepreneurial, the very unique Al Rodriguez. What's up, homie?
What's up? What's up? It's unexpected, man. I mean, I was expecting your call. I was actually checking out your episode
Oh, you're
earlier.
checking it out. What's the opinion so far? Give us an opinion on the show. Are we doing good?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you were talking about it was the show last week. You were talking about El Pingüino Sin Pantalones. Yeah, that
No
sounds like
Penguino, no pantalones. That's our good friend there. No emotion, gold mask with El Penguino.
yeah,
Uh,
man. I'm honored to be a part of your podcast, but go ahead.
Man, how you doing, man? First off, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing all right, man. I was actually, so believe it or not, I was taking a nap, man, and you woke me up from a nap.
I woke you up from a nap. What is that? Your pajama hat on? What do you got going on there? Is that you hiding from
Yeah, it's
somebody?
my pajama hat on.
You got to keep the hair right. I wear one too, so that way I don't mess up my hair.
Gotcha. Yeah. You doing this from your house?
From a bunker. It's the Everyman Podcast Show bunker, as you can tell.
Oh snap! That's for the apocalyptic stuff.
Right. We built this studio in the event that a pandemic or the apocalypse would happen, and who would have thunk it that we'd actually have to use it? We thought we'd never have to, but here we are.
Hey, it doubles as a studio. That's the important thing.
Al, man,
My bad.
this coronavirus, man, it's all people really much can talk about right now because there's really no other current event to talk about.
Yeah, I got you.
What's your opinion so far with this whole situation, man?
Man, to be frank, I mean, it's a little bit overblown, overhyped. I feel it, you know.
You feel
I
like
think that's a sentiment for most people.
you feel like this is media driven at this point, or where does reality versus fake news weigh? Like where are we more in the world of this is very real, what we're going through, we all need to believe it, or this is fake news? How much percent of what?
That's a super good question, man. That's great. I would say it's about 65% or 60% sensationalism or fake news, like to say, and then like 40% like real, you know.
40% real. I mean, I think I could definitely understand those numbers. I feel that I felt like a 40-60 at this point. Yeah, I think then the numbers would have been reversed. I would have been like 60-40 because for sure, there's fake news running around here that's making matters worse and it's not helping with the
Mm-hmm.
public. And we're getting mixed messages and we don't know what to believe at times. So like for real,
Yeah, I
I
got you.
I, I I I guess I could agree with those numbers. But how
Mm-hmm.
about for you, personally? What's this experience been like?
I mean, it's sort of what I wanted to happen, you know. But right now, since this crisis forced everybody to be at home, we were forced to like do everything remotely, digitally, and that's what the economy was heading towards. To but this is accelerating that path to the economy. You know, I mean, just a more digitalized, more remote economy. So, and it's a good thing, you know. It sort of like helped us evolve a little bit quicker, you know. That in my mind, now people are doing remote more than ever. People getting new skills on. I mean, that's what I've been doing. Trying to get new skills, and just we're more into the future now. This whole crisis really accelerated what we were going to, which is a more digital economy, more remote work economy, more autodidactic, which means self-taught, self-teaching. You can learn anything on the internet now. So it's a good thing. And in that respect, it's a good thing.
You follow economics a lot, so I feel like that's something that I could definitely when I ask you this, I know that your insights are somewhat studied, because that's one big proponent since I've known you is talking about economic impact and how people try to make money. And I guess this is a good opportunity, like you're saying there, for people to make that money and learn those skills, like you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the most important thing. Like now we all have downtime, so it's important to just self improve everybody, and by trying to take a course, learn new skills, which is what I'm doing. This is supposed to be a secret, but I've been acquiring new skills just because I want to be more of a digital marketer now. You know, yeah, I've always been a digital marketer, but now the game has become much more professional. And now I gotta take. I mean, I'm taking Google Analytics, Google AdWords, all this crazy stuff. And I'm just trying to acquire these new skills, and that's the beautiful thing that now this to me is the most beautiful thing. The education is more free than ever now. The internet is like the world's greatest invention since like the printing press and aspirin, just because it gave an example of the open source economy to the world. Now people want the data or the information or the knowledge, which is the most valuable resource in the world. People want it for free or low cost. And Google is one of the main drivers of that. And a lot of other organizations around the world are the main drivers of that. And that is a good thing. You know, now people are going to transition to learning things online instead of the traditional brick and mortar school or classroom, or spending thousands of dollars on an education in college, which was BS to me anyway, going to college, even though I did go to college.
Let me ask, man, are you a believer in conspiracies?
Oh, that's hilarious. Because now with this crisis, of course, you see everybody on the internet talking about conspiracies. I don't know where these guys come from. They're the Alex Jones crowd, or those people always piss me off. The paranoid people always piss me off, man. They always got something to fear, something to talk about, some big conspiracy, And you've heard the rumors. I've seen the rumors, also the conspiracies that Bill Gates started it, the whole COVID, and then all these other crazy ass rumors like that we've been hearing. And it's to me it's just noise. It's distraction. It's noise.
Do you feel that there's no conspiracy behind this then?
Go ahead. The coronavirus, I mean, it very may well be possible. But what I think is that the Chinese people be eating too much live animals. That's it. That's what I really think. They be eating too much bats, too much pigs, too much cats and dogs. And that's how this whole thing started. They had that live animal market in Wuhan, and they were eating all types of animals. And then like, go a little bit more vegetarian. Chinese people.
Al, man, you're an entertaining dude, man. You're one of my favorite people to talk to, man, because you always have such a unique opinion and perspective with everything that you say, man. Like, but take me back for a minute with you, man. Because you sound like you're more into the political side. Have you always been like that? Very politically driven?
Yeah. As young as I can remember, when I came, I've always been interested in political science and politics, and that's true. It's my big passion in life. I went to college and I got a degree, even though that was eons ago. It seems like ancient history when I went to college, and I'm not that old, but I graduated in 2007 from FAU with a degree in political science and history, Florida Atlantic University in Boca. So that was a while back.
Shout out to
that's my education.
FAU Owls. That's not a coronavirus.
I'm vaping also, so I know how it is. You drinking the High Life? The High Life?
No, I'm trying this White Claw, man. I've been trying for the entire duration of this show to drink this White Claw. And as I sip it, with every sip, I realize that the drink just becomes more of a bigger mistake. Like, this is pretty bad.
I think I heard of that. It's a new trend. Isn't that like sparkling seltzer alcohol, some shit like that?
It's hard seltzer. It's not soft and it's not medium. It's hard seltzer. I mean,
yeah.
I feel like I've been drinking I feel like I've been drinking like a berry Sprite for like the last 45 minutes. That's what I feel like I've been drinking, like a berry Sprite. I don't.
Yeah, when I used to be more of a drinker, I used to drink a lot of, which I believe is very similar, the Ritas, the strawberry Rita, the lime Ritas back in the day. Those things were so much sugar in an alcoholic beverage, man. And I feel like that might be the same thing. It's just a lot of sugar with alcohol, and that's sort of a bad combo.
Oh, for sure. I'm regretting this as I drink it. It's clearly a regret. Will I ever do this again? No. But I can say that I did it. I said I'm gonna do different things during this pandemic. Here it is, pandemic. I drank a hard seltzer. That's what you got me doing. Man, you're a fan of Star Trek, man, right? Every time I see, or at least I saw for a while, man, every other post you would put was a Star Trek reference, right? You're a Star Trek fan.
Oh
then,
yeah,
right?
yeah, definitely. It's my big passion in life. My big. That's just the. To me, it's what makes everything worth it. You know, all the struggle that as a humanity we go through right now, all the miscommunication, misunderstanding, all the which leads to violent struggle, all that, and all the things that we've been suffering as a human race. That's the end result to me. You know.
Who was your favorite out of all the generations? Was it Captain Kirk? Was it Captain Picard? Who
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know there was probably like one or two more after that, but
Yeah, yeah. That's a. I mean, the Star Trek. The beautiful thing about Star Trek is that there's so many episodes and so many movies. I think there's like 25 movies and
but
maybe
as
like
far
about
as captains,
4,000 episodes.
but captains there were
Oh, Captain, yeah, Captain Picard. Captain
there's
Picard,
Captain
man.
Picard.
Because I grew up. That's how I grew up. I grew up with the Next Generation. Go ahead.
Okay, there's Captain Picard, Captain Kirk, and I want to say there's one or two more captains that came after those
Yeah,
guys.
there's a bunch. There's like the well-known ones. There's about 6 of them, I think. There's Janeway. There's Cisco. There's Archer. And now with the new one, there's like 2 captains. There's Pike and there's Lorca. But the main character is Michael Burnham, which is a girl. But yeah, there's about 5 or 6 captains, you know, out there from all the series.
Now I heard you say Next Generation. So is Captain Picard your favorite captain out of all of them?
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. The reason that sets Picard apart is that he's a real philosopher. You know, he's a super intellectual, and he always does the right thing. He was like the most moralistic of everybody. He always does the right thing, and he has a good explanation for it as well, and everything that he did. And that's what I grew up with. You know, when I was a kid living in New York back in like 93, 92. This is when I was a real young kid. I used to watch Star Trek with my dad, and I didn't know shit about it, but I thought it was so cool, the technology, the spaceships, you know, and that's why I looked. That's why I most admired. That's how I became a sci-fi fan when I was a little kid, and I used to watch. And then I got really into sci-fi, and I'm still a big sci-fi fan, you know. And to me, that's my favorite genre. That's my favorite genre because it shows a possibility of the future within realistic means. You know, it's science fiction. You know, so that's my favorite thing. It is always a good amount of realism that it might be possible. You know.
Do you think if Captain Picard really existed, if that Star Trek Next Generation fleet existed, right? Do you think that if they knew what was going on this planet, do you think they'd land here? Or would he keep going and say, fuck that?
Well, this is the ironic thing about Star Trek is that the supreme law is called the Prime Directive, and it's basically non-interference. Like as a sufficiently advanced civilization, you cannot interfere with other lower civilization that haven't reached that technological capability yet. And that's the main law. However, the captains in Star Trek, they're very famous for violating. They always break that law because they're trying to save a race or they're trying to save another civilization. You know, they're trying to violate it for a good reason. Always, it's always a good reason they violate it. But that's the main thing. Is that that's a good question. They might interfere just because they're always such a good force for good. They might interfere.
Al, my next question to you, man. If a Star Trek fan was walking down the street dressed as Dr. Spock, and there was a Star Wars fan walking his direction dressed as Obi-Wan Kenobi, but they don't like each other and they get into a fight, who do you think's winning the fight? Is it the Vulcan grip?
That's a good one. Dr. Spock and really Mr. Spock. He'll use the Vulcan neck pinch. However, in Star Wars, you got the Force, of course. But it's funny because in Star Trek, the Vulcans, they also have telepathic powers, which like the Force is more telekinetic, but telepathic is more powerful because you could read and control or suggest to the mind. So in the end, I think telepathy beats telekinesis because as long as you could manipulate somehow your enemy's mind, you always have the upper hand.
So you're saying
So
Dr. Spock would whoop Obi-Wan Kenobi's ass?
yeah, he'll do a Vulcan neck pinch, and then he'll probably do a mind meld. He could do a mind meld and like make him fall asleep or something, or give him a suggestion to put down his laser blade. I forget what they call it. The laser blade.
Lightsaber.
The lightsaber. There we go.
You know, I feel like this
Lightsaber.
answer's so biased.
Yeah. So
He pulled out his little glow stick to fight Dr. Spock.
yeah, it's a comic. Besides, I mean, with Star Trek, they don't have the laser swords, the lightsabers.
No, they got
But
laser
we have
guns. They got guns.
Yeah, they got the phasers. Yeah, the laser guns. They got the phasers all day. So that's like from a distance. You gotta be up close with the lightsaber. You gotta be up close to fight.
Whose fans are harder? Star Wars fans or Star Trek fans?
Star Trek fans all day. Star Trek fans are way harder because there's just so much more. Star Wars is just movies, man. Like that, it's just like what? It's like what, 9 movies now?
But wait
I
a
didn't even
minute.
see the last one.
Hold on a second here. What about Baby Yoda?
Oh, I didn't even see that. That's the Mandalorian. I didn't even see that series. I don't got Disney Plus.
Hey, listen, man, this is the way over here. I like Star Trek. It's cool. You know, I've watched it, but I grew up Star Wars, man. I'm sorry.
No. And you know that's the old debate. That's the old science fiction debate because those are the two biggest franchises in science fiction: Star Wars versus Star Trek. But the thing is, Star Wars is not really science fiction. It's more like a space fantasy. It doesn't really incorporate too much science elements in it. And Star Wars was made for the general audience as well, and that's why people like it more because it was way more hype, way more marketed, and since it's lower intellectual level, it's more for a mainstream audience. Star Trek is for a higher intellectual level, like because they discuss so much science in it, and there's like a lot more deeper concepts as well. With Star Wars, it's really just the Force, and that's about it, you know. But I like Star Wars a lot. Don't get me wrong, I like Star Wars a lot, but Star Trek is the best. And I didn't really see Star Wars until later though, until the Phantom Menace came out, like 1999.
Oh,
I got Star Wars.
but if the first one you saw was Phantom Menace, first of all, you're probably watching them chronologically, but that's a horrible way to start that. Like,
I know it is.
I mean,
no, that's not true. I saw the old ones, but I got into it later, like in the late '90s. Like I was into Star Trek way before Star Wars.
That's not fair. I think. Listen, man, if we invented a time machine, you'd definitely be a Star Wars fan. I know this.
I consider myself sort of a Star Wars fan.
Could
I mean,
you
I'm
marry
not
somebody-
that big. I'm like super casual.
Could you ever date or marry someone that didn't like Star Trek, but loved Star Wars?
Yeah, it's possible because you could convince them to like it.
She's gonna trade teams.
Talking about Star Wars. Star Wars had some really great movies. My favorite movies, like the new ones, the Disney ones, which are like the super sequels that I liked and the spin-offs. My favorite is like Rogue One and Solo. Those were great movies. Rogue One and Solo, I thought they were great. I saw both of those.
I'll leave you on that by yourself, man. I get that.
The best one
not
overall
Solo. I couldn't do so.
was 3. Which is what was it? The rise of I forget the third one. The third was the best one. The Rise of the Sith, I think it was called, where Anakin turns into the dark side. That was the best Star Wars. The third one.
Yeah, we're gonna have to invite you in the studio to have a deeper conversation about this, man, because this is territory that we could spend a very long time in because I have my opinions reserved for some of the stuff you've just said. My producer's giving me the signal here. We got to keep it moving. My friend, I really want to have you in the studio because I know that you have one of the most interesting lives in the world. and I want people to hear it because it is just it's almost like a movie when I've heard it. I've always pictured you as a movie. Where's my cowboy hat, by the way? Do you still have your cowboy hat?
Yeah. Wait a second. I think I got it. Yeah, I got it
Oh,
right
come
here.
on, man. Like, what were you
This
doing
is
this
when
whole
I first
time with this
when I first did
fucking...
stand up in Taurus in 2015. I wore this.
Ah, there it is. There it is. That's the fucking hat, people. Look at that shit. That's just the shit, man. That's the fucking hat right there. What is that? Rhinestones?
Yep.
Fucking A, man. Like a rhinestone
when I
cowboy. Listen,
Yeah, man.
you
I
need
don't know how
to...
the format is. You're doing different interviews for like 10 or 15 minutes for different people.
Yeah, we're doing these chronicles. We're chronicalizing these quarantine times with different people and different guests. I feel that having a full interview sometimes is just not justice, man. Which I might flip that. I don't know. But for now, man, I need you to come into the studio. You, the cowboy hat, all these stories, your Star Trek debates. Like, I need it all. Like, we got to have you in there. Hopefully down the road. I really think that needs to happen. Yeah.
Hell yeah, man! I got so many stories to tell that I forget. But I mean, when I used to play GTA back in the day in Miami, man, I have a lot of stories to tell, man. I don't do that anymore, but that's how I started back in the day.
Out, man. Do you want you want people to follow you or anything?
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, man. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram. My personal pages is my tag or my nickname that I've had for a long time, which is Supermax, SUPRAMAXX. That's on my Instagram, and I got Twitter as well, which is Super Maximus. It's SUPRAMAXIMUS. And basically, I'm just trying to reinvent myself like everybody is, and during these times, trying to reinvent themselves and try to put a little bit more professional image out there. But I've always kept, that's how I always have professional in my business pages as well. I mean, my personal and my business pages. I keep them separate, because your personal is your opinions, and then business, you got to present a different thing that, whatever. But I'm acquiring new skills. I want to give a shout out to one of my partners, Lindsay. You might have met Lindsay, one of my best girlfriends. She got her puppy business, so follow her in Designer Bred Bullies on Instagram. We got like new pups on the way, and it's a big boon in these times, these quarantine times. People need more love inside, so they need a dog. Dog is a man's best friend. But so she got a bunch of dogs as well.
Check out our homegirl there, Lindsay, man, with the puppies if you need them, guys.
Yeah, you definitely should be invited also sometime.
No, man, we're going to talk, man. This isn't the last time we'll have a discussion like this on the show. Al, thank you for your time, my man. You're the best.
I like this format. I'm not sure if my face is being showed on live right now, but I like this format. This is through Messenger, right?
Yeah,
Live, right?
Actually, we're on Facebook Live right now. If you get off now, you could probably tune in for the last guest of the show that we have coming up.
Okay,
my friend.
And just one last question: you guys are in what other mediums are you in? You're on YouTube.
Yeah, we usually promote it at the end, man. We're on YouTube, which by the way I don't mind, man. Guys, we have these episodes like this and many more on the Everyman Podcast Show website. We're on YouTube, we're on Spotify, we're on radio.com, we're on SoundCloud, we're on anything you can find us on. We're probably like on tapes inside someone's 1984 Mustang GT. I don't know. We're everywhere right now. We're probably inside the Starship Enterprise. We're probably broadcasting shows from there. Who knows?
Got you, man. Anyways, man, I appreciate you having me, and I wish you much more success on your podcast show. I remember you told me about this like years ago, and that's beautiful, man. That you're still doing it, and you're just bringing the community together, and just entertaining people and putting new ideas out there. Having new guests, and everybody shares their ideas, their experiences, and that's how we all grow as people. So that's what's up,
my friend. I appreciate the kind words. Till the next time.
All right. Live long and prosper, baby. See you later.
Right on. I can't do all that, man. May the force be with you.
I just ended right here. I'm going to end it right here. You're still going on, right? All right. Peace.
All right, man. kind of just.
He ran out of shit to say, so it's time to go.
Yeah,
that's not.
Guys, make sure you check out this episode and many other ones like this under. Yeah, kind of like this one. Many other ones like this one or slightly worse. Yeah, that sounded like a real one, right? Yep. Everymanpodcastshow.com is the website. And on YouTube, I can't do that right now. YouTube, like and subscribe on YouTube, people. Everyman Podcast Show. Thank you to our viewers that went on our live feeds. You guys are pretty cool. Shout out to Lily if you guys can see her. She's here right now. She wants to say hello. Hello. She's dying to get on the show. I'm sorry. She'll wear pants next time, I promise. Just like that, we're out. We'll close it out. See you on the next one. That's right. Play it.
I went skateboarding all the way from my own house. I skate out my door, I'm thinking everything was alright. Hey, I caught myself waiting up on the southbound side. I hope I don't have to wait on the next southbound side that needs to come on.
Oh, they said they ain't cutting the lights off. Okay, I was just making
You don't
sure.
pay me enough.
Yeah, the sound guy says it's over. Fuck you. I don't even care if I got nothing to do with the electricity. I'm just out of here.